Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. T5 the Traveler here with Becky the Trekkie, and it's time for another show here at SeaWorld 2024. We're going to go into Rescue Tales in the Seaport Theater. Join us for the show and we'll let you know what we think afterwards. They got friendly staff out front if you have any questions. They'll help you right out there, and in we go. Straight ahead.
Good afternoon and welcome to Rescue Tales. My name is Jackie and I am one of over 350 animal care specialists right here at SeaWorld Orlando. And man, do we have the best job. Where do you get to wake up every day and work with some amazing animals and build relationships with them? Here, every animal, whether big or small, plays a vital role in their ecosystem. And what we learn about them not only allows us to help take care of them here, but also helps their wild counterparts as well. Today I'm going to highlight the relationships that our trainers have formed with these animals. As we do so, I'm going to be asking you guys questions. Feel free to shout out the answers. We want this to be super interactive. So if you have a guess or you know the answer, just shout it on out. But let me go ahead and get started and shine a spotlight on some of our animal friends. And I'm going to introduce you to our Eurasian eagle owl and Billie Jean. This girl right here is 8 years old. She actually came to us from another facility who no longer had the means to take care of her. So she actually came here to hang out with us, and we're here to give her a forever home. Now, as she gets used to and comfortable on this stage, you may see Billie Jean walking around, getting her comfortable in front of a group of people. That is because she is still newer to our program. But let me tell you a little bit more about her. Eurasian eagle owls are from different parts of Asia and Europe, so they are used to more of the colder weather. She does have an area in the back where she spends a lot of time with us. But as you see, as she comes on out here, she might be looking around quite a bit. She's getting used to this environment, but she's moving her head side to side and even turning it around, as you can see. They actually can move their head 270 degrees, which is about 3/4 of the way around. That is because they actually have more neck bones than we do. To give you guys a little bit of an idea, humans have 7 neck bones. Let's take a guess. How many neck bones do you think she has? 14. I heard 14, right on the money. 14 neck bones, yeah. So that does allow her to turn her head around. And that is actually super important for them, because if you are looking at her, you're probably drawn immediately to those big eyes. Now those eyes, if you were to take them and put them inside of our head, it would actually be the equivalent of 2 grapefruits. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. And the reason their eyes are so big, they actually don't have the ability to move them around like we do. And that's why she's also turning her head. So she can't move her eyes left and right like we can. So she'll turn her whole head just like so to look at everything. Yeah. So as you can see, she's checking everything out, getting pretty comfortable out here, and it's something that we definitely want to see. Now, as you look up on that camera, you may get to see the tip of her feathers actually has comb-like projections. Does anyone know what that would be used for? Have you ever heard an owl fly at night? Yeah, some of you have. Well, it's a bit of a trick question. Those comb-like projections are actually allowing them to have an almost silent flight. It muffles the sound of them flying, which does make them a pretty good predator. As they fly on up, they would actually sneak up on maybe rodents or skunks. They can hear a mouse with their excellent hearing 75 feet away, and that mouse can be under snow stepping on a twig and they can hear it. If you actually took your hands and put them around your ears as I'm talking, that would help you understand that the amplified hearing that they can hear from. And that's because they have feathers around their ears called a facial disc that will put all that sound directly to their ears. Yeah. So all those things combined, like I said, makes them an awesome predator. It's pretty much like free pest control. So if you were to see these animals out there, it's actually a good thing. They definitely help agriculture, and they help to prevent crop damage and things like that. They're also an indicator species, so seeing them is a good thing. It means the environment's doing really well. If you did not see them at all, we'd actually be more concerned that the overall health of the environment was declining. So definitely want to see owls out there. You may not see an owl as big as her in your backyard. She is actually one of the largest species. She's about double the size of an owl that you'd probably see locally. Yeah. Now I think she did an amazing job today. Yeah, of course. So she's gonna walk her on stage before she exits here. It's just getting her, again, used to different parts of the stage. You may notice she might look at herself up at the camera. She is getting used to seeing herself. Yeah, she doesn't know it's herself. Some animals, some species have the ability for self-identification. Owls are not on that list, but some of the animals that you might see in the park, like dolphins, do have the ability to recognize themselves in a mirror. So right now she's looking up at that camera. She might have thought it was another owl hanging out with her. She didn't quite know it was her. Yeah. So I think she did an amazing job today. Let's go ahead and give her a big round of applause. Now that you guys have an impressive wingspan that one day we hope we could be flying her and show and you guys would be able to get to see that silent flight. I'm gonna invite another animal out. I'm sorry? She weighs about 8 pounds. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Yeah. So the owls you see in your backyard are about 4. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bring out another animal out for you, and I'm gonna invite my friend Brad out with our special friend.
Hello, everyone. Close. When you come to Florida, what do you think of as wildlife? What's the main animal? An alligator. Yes, I'm holding one, so that was an easy one. Yeah. This is my buddy Bayou, and he is actually an American alligator, and he is only 1 year old. 1 year old. And now, believe it or not, this little guy right here can get as long as 13 feet in length and almost 600 pounds. Isn't that incredible? Isn't that incredible? And we're gonna need more trainers when that happens, right? So we'll reach out. Yeah, it's only 1 year old. Now they can live actually 35 to 50 years, and we've actually seen them in a zoological facility live into their 80s. You know, they don't have any pollution, they don't have any predators, they have great health benefits here at SeaWorld, so they can live long lives in zoological facilities. Now, the American alligator can actually be found here in Florida, all the way over to Texas. And if you kind of drive in that path and you're looking in the swamps and the marshes and the rivers, you're gonna see the American alligators right through there. There are very many, a lot of them out there, you'll be able to see them. So that's their main habitat. Now a little bit about Bayou right here. If you take a look at his body, you'll see, it looks like he's got all these little like armor pieces all over his body. And there's actually a big word called osteoderms that actually is the name of all these bony plates that actually help protect him. Makes him very strong and powerful. Alligators are that. So those little pieces of armor protect his body. Now inside of his mouth, anybody want to guess how many teeth he has?
84.
Good job. We're 80 teeth. You had it right away. 80 teeth inside of his mouth. All right, they're very small, very sharp, and close together. At this age, they have 80 teeth. Now they're very small, and as they age, they get bigger. All right, so now they do lose their teeth as well, and in their lifespan, they can actually go through about 2,000 to 3,000 teeth their entire life. All right, so they do go through quite a bit of teeth. Yeah, exactly. Now his tail here, down here, he's got a little tail, but as they get bigger, their tail gets bigger along with them, and this tail is real important to them because they actually use it to interact a lot with their environment. They'll sweep it around and move things with it, and what they'll also do is they'll dig these holes in the ground called gator holes, and it actually gives them a place to kind of be, especially during times of drought. Those gator holes will fill up with water, and it gives them a place to be safe, hunt prey, and also when gators aren't in there, other animals will actually use this little hole for some shelter, and also a place for birds to actually lay eggs in these gator holes. All right, so that's very normal. Now, what's kind of cool about female gators is actually female gators do protect their young up to about 2 to 3 years, and the temperature of the soil where the female gator lays its eggs will determine the gender of the baby. If the soil is cooler, it's going to be a girl, and if it's warmer, it will be a boy. All right, that's kind of neat. Now, the American alligator actually was an endangered species back in the 60s, but because of lots of conservation efforts, this animal has now been removed off of the endangered species list. That happened in the 80s. And in that same year, actually became the state reptile of Florida. So conservation efforts are super important to these guys so that we can still see them around a lot. And I'm sure I have a lot of Floridians in here, so we've learned to coexist with alligators here in Florida for sure. It is always important to enjoy them from a distance, and definitely we don't want to feed any wild animal because we don't want them to become comfortable with food from us. So I hope you guys enjoyed Mr. Bayou here. Before we welcome our next animal, help me out with this. See you later. Alligator. Very good, thank you.
So, are we enjoying our animals so far today? Awesome. Well, our next animal has defied odds. Please welcome out our 14-year-old Eastern brown pelican, Panama. Now, I mentioned Panama has quite a unique rescue story. Actually, back in 2010, he was found abandoned in his nest in St. Petersburg, Florida, as a very young chick. After careful observation, a local sanctuary deemed that they needed to step in and help the malnourished bird. And when he came to us here at SeaWorld, he was very young and virtually featherless. Over the years, you can see that he has become a popular animal ambassador and a beloved member of our SeaWorld family. Eastern brown pelicans like Panama are found along the coasts of North America and parts of South America. They have quite a large wingspan of about 6.5 feet that allow them to glide effortlessly over our waters. This remarkable wingspan, mixed with their great eyesight, actually helps them soar at about 65 feet in the air, scanning the waters, ready to dive with remarkable precision to catch their prey. One of their most notable tools, and one of the things he just showed off for you, is that pouch. What they're gonna do, they're gonna dive down into our waters, catch a nice pouch full of ocean seawater, hopefully catch some fish, then they're gonna siphon out the seawater and have a nice tasty meal. So, does anyone wanna guess at how much water that pouch holds? 100, that's very high. 2 gallons, that's a lot closer. 200. Yeah, a gallon and a half, yeah. It's actually about 3 gallons of water. 3 whole gallons, right? That's a lot. It's actually double that of their stomach capacity. So that's why it's really important for them to siphon out that water and really only get that nice tasty fish meal. Now, they may use this pouch for food, hydration, or purely just for fun, but no matter how they use it, it has become a vital asset to their survival. Unfortunately, the #1 threat to pelicans right now is abandoned fishing line. More than 700 pelicans die every year just in the state of Florida from entanglements. But we can all do something to help, don't worry. By properly disposing of abandoned fishing line and other trash, we can make sure that pelicans, just like Panama, continue to thrive, help regulate our fish populations, and contribute to the overall health of our ecosystems. I think he's making his exit. Well, I think we have all fallen in love just a little bit more with our friend Panama. If you do want to see more rescued pelicans and hear their story, you can see them at the Pelican Preserve, which is right out front of our Manta Ride entrance. Well, let's give this handsome bird one more round of applause, shall we? He is very excited. He will chase shadows all day. That's one of his favorite pastimes out here on stage. He loves to have a very special entrance or a very special exit, and that is totally fine. We want to make sure that all of our animals have that choice, and what he's showing right now, he's just showing that he wanted a couple more moments in the spotlight. Bye, Panama. Well, as we conclude our journey through Rescue Tales, we are reminded that every creature, no matter how big or small, deserves love, compassion, and a second chance. Here at SeaWorld, we are so proud to offer that second chance, and for nearly 60 years, we have rescued more than 41,000 animals with the goal of rehabilitating and returning them back to their natural environments.
In fact, this year alone, right here at SeaWorld Orlando, we've actually released 38 sea turtles and 25 manatees. Let's give it up for our rescue team and veterinary staff.
Those numbers are hard to remember. Those numbers change pretty much every day, and that's because our animal rescue teams are doing such a great job. But that job is never finished. thanks to the dedication of our animal care professionals and the unwavering support of compassionate individuals just like yourselves. These stories of hope and healing continue to unfold every day. Until next time, remember to cherish every tale. Within each one lies a story worth saving.
Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day here at SeaWorld Orlando.
All right, just coming out of the Seaport Theater, had a nice educational show there in the AC. So we got to see an American alligator, a pelican, and a Eurasian owl in that show. I think they bring out different animals at different times, so if you catch the show a couple of times, you might see something differently. But it's nice to know that they've got a nice rescue center here. They are working on conservation efforts, and they're doing some good. So thanks for joining us for that one. It was just a quick little show, but that was one of several shows that'll be out up there on the channel. If you're watching them every day, you'll get to see them all that they offer here at SeaWorld 2024 for the 60th anniversary celebration. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you all very soon on the next one. Bye, everybody.